There's an old dirt road where the blacktop ends, past the holler where the history bends. Old church bells silent, graveyard still. Every stone's got a story on an Appalachian hill. Leo's climbing ridges where the eagles fly, searching every mountain, reaching for the sky. Heather's piecing together every clue they find, bringing yesterday back one tale at a time. Every winding road, every weather sign, every hidden secret waiting through the pines, where the hillbilly files come along for the ride, where the legends still live on the mountainside.
Well, hello everybody. How we doing today? Hope y'all all having a pretty good day. Heather and I are out again and out on the prowl looking for some old history.
And Muffin.
And Muffin, yeah, Muffin's with us too. Our history dog. Muffin the history dog. But anyway, we are out in a little place called Gulnare, Kentucky. Way up in a little holler, as you can see. It goes on up. You know, look at the horses and barn, and yeah, it's a really cool place, isn't it? But this right here is, well, I'll just read the sign to you. There's some interesting stuff, and we're going to go looking for a grave.
It's actually a cemetery.
Yeah, we're going to go looking for a little cemetery here in a little while on a golf course. So, but anyway, this right here is Snively Chapel. Now, if I'm not mistaken, didn't you say this was one of the oldest buildings in Pike County?
It's one of the oldest buildings in eastern Kentucky.
In eastern Kentucky. Snively Chapel. Persons professing the Methodist faith were meeting on Johns Creek prior to 1832. On April 11th, 1853, land for a church was conveyed by deed of Martin and Sarah B. Lesley to trustees Thomas May, James Maynard, Samuel Mars, Allen Lesley, and Martin Lesley. The chapel was named for Reverend W.J. Snively, the circuit rider serving the church when it was built.
Cool. I love circuit riders.
I do too, yeah. They actually went from church to church, guys, back in the day when there was nothing. You know, there were no roads,
They usually went by horseback.
Yeah.
And what's really interesting is that they were men and people that dedicated their lives to God and to the works of God, and generally didn't take any money.
Well, I'm going to walk around a little bit and take a look at the church real quick. I'll be right back. You and Muffin.
There's some shoes under there.
Shoes. Oh, yeah, I see them now by the door. Be interesting to get a good look inside, wouldn't it? But we'll just kind of hold it up to the windows and see what we can see. There's still pews in it. Yeah, I still see pews and a big wood stove, big pot-bellied wood stove right in the middle. How cool is that? One of the oldest buildings in eastern Kentucky. What's this? Oh yeah, that was that quilt pattern. But you can see how the old stones were. This was very common. You'll see this in a lot of old cabins and things. They just propped it up with whatever they had. There's some kind of old shed to it too. And a little one. But I wonder if that was... Oh, that was their outhouse. Oh my goodness. That's the outhouse. Look at that. You can see it's a double. You can see that one here and one here. It's a double. So you and your wife could sit out here and do your business together. Oh, Maybe not. But it is really, really cool to find, you know, the old original outhouse. How cool is that? Now, that's some interesting history right there. I mean, as cool as the old church is, you know, old buildings and all that. Hey, the old outhouse, if you ask me, if you ask me, the old outhouse is pretty cool too. But you can probably imagine down in this big old field down in here, them probably having, you know, gatherings and fixing dinners and just all kinds of stuff. You can just, you know, you can picture it. You know, there's all kinds of open space all around the place on both sides, over here and over here. So you can imagine all kinds of stuff going on back here. I bet there was a lot of fellowship, a lot of good times, you know, been had in this building. Let's see if we can look in. This window looks a little bit clearer. I'm going to extend this now so y'all can see. I can't see, but you can. What do y'all see? You see anything? Still in good shape though. It's well preserved. Well preserved old building. $1853. That's old. That is old. Beautiful old building. Alright, we got to go from here. We've got something else to go find and the rest of the story to tell you guys. So, I guess we need to get loaded back up, get Muffin situated, get him back in the car, our history dog, and head on out and see if we can't find this other place. Look at the roots on that tree. Just look at that. Wild looking. Okay, now this right here, as you can see, is the Emerald Greens Golf Course. Of course, it had a different name, you know, before then, and, you know, it was a settlement before that. But anyway, check this out. Now, this is right at the mouth of Hertz Branch. You can see the golf course, you know, and all that. They have a maintenance building up here is the one we're looking for. That's where it's supposed to be. But the Leslie and Lesley settlement, this early permanent settlement, we'll let them pass. This early permanent settlement in the Big Sandy Valley was named for Reverend War Veteran W.M. Robert Leslie, born in 1729 and died in 1802. Leslie moved to this site at Johns Creek around 1790. His son Robert joined him shortly before his father's death. William and Robert are buried in separate plots on the original settlement site. That's what we're going to. The original settlement site is actually on this golf course. Imagine that. This golf course right here, where everybody comes out and spends their afternoons playing golf and enjoying the pretty scenery and the beautiful day and all that stuff. This place has a much, much, much older history. Much older history. And that's what we're here to explore today. Look at the old covered bridge. Oh my God, that is so pretty. That is gorgeous. It just goes right over the creek, and then you can see the new bridge right here. Look at the old covered bridge. That is awesome. Alright, let's head on up Hertz Branch and see if we can't find their maintenance building. I believe that's it right over there, if I'm not mistaken. Looked like it on satellite anyway. You know, we try to do our research But should be. We'll find out, won't we? Should be. All right, let's go head on over. Me and Heather and History Dog Muffin on a search. Now, of course, you know, we got to stop and check out the covered bridge. I don't know how old it is. It looks like some of it's more modern lumber. You know, just made for the golf carts maybe. But it's awful pretty. Let me see if I can get somewhere where I can see under and kind of get an idea of the age. Now, it looks more modern to me, but that don't mean anything, you know. It could have been rebuilt numerous times. What is it, Muffin? What is it? What is it?
It's so pretty. It's like something.
Do you smell some history? What was you gonna say, baby? Check that creek out. How pretty is that? That is really pretty place. Wow, no, that's a weed. 25 foot tall. That's a weed. But just look at this creek. This is so pretty. I think this might be more modern, but it, like I said, it could be replacing. Could have replaced something much older.
I mean, it kind of gives you an idea of what it was like, though, because it's not, you know,
ultra modern.
polluted with modern stuff everywhere.
Exactly.
Like
Yeah.
right here, it has no like electric lines or anything.
Well, you got to figure all of this was most likely farmland back then. You know, they didn't do a whole lot of golf courses in the 1850s, but I would imagine that all of this at one time would have been, you know, corn and wheat and who knows what else.
Mm-hmm. You could take a golf course all the way down. I mean, a golf cart all the way down here.
Huh. All right, we ready to go see if we can find it? Go find the graves?
Yeah, before it gets hot, unfortunately. If it was a nice, crispy fall day, I'd say let's
Hang out.
walk.
Yeah. Just in case anybody's curious, Muffin the History Dog is about 17 years old.
He's between 16 and 17.
Yeah. Either way, he's old enough to drive a car, and very soon he'll be old enough to get drafted and buy his own beer.
He's our last dog.
Which is good, because that'll save me from having to go pick up beer for him all the time. This is the Lesley family monument, and this is the old settlement right here by the golf course. Little ponds, a big school of fish going by there. Oh, there's.
So who we're looking for is the people that deeded the church, Martin and Sarah.
Okay. Well, this one, there used to be something, but there's no name or anything. I'm guessing maybe it fell over. Is that part of it?
I don't know. I know who this is. Wait, okay, this is Martin. I'm going to tell you how I know. Okay, Martin was buried at the foot of his parents' graves, and it said that he had a piece of triangle coal put in the top of his grave, but it's unmarked. And it looked just like that.
Uh-huh.
Does that look like coal to you?
It's a rock.
Well, it might not be coal, but there's a picture of it, and it's documented as him being at the foot of his parents' graves. I'm pretty sure this is Martin.
Well, you can see there's two more right here. This is Naomi, wife of
Looks like Jackson.
yeah. S.M. Jackson. Hang on. There's something scratched into this. Lucy Boyd. Born July 16th. Let me get some of these weeds out of my face so I can read it. Born 1853 and passed away February 28th on my birthday. And can't be sure. Lucy Boyd. Now this is someone else though, because this says SAR. This is Sons of the American Revolution. This is a man.
That goes with this grave.
Right.
So these were all done in rocks and no inscriptions. Yeah.
And over here is another one too. That's kind of a pyramid.
It's shaped just like Martin's grave.
Yeah. And there's two here.
Uh-huh.
There's two right here. Robert and Elizabeth Compton-Lesley.
Here, hold him a minute, and I'm going to see if I got cell service. I'll look up who these people are.
Okay. We'll be back in a minute, guys.
Okay, so I got a little bit more information on this stuff. So this grave over here, Lucy Boyd, that you just showed, she's 16. She's not related to the Lesley family of what anyone who did this can find. You know, who knows, whatever. But the inscription originally on it, which is difficult to read at this point, is Lucy Boyd, born July 16th, 1853, died February 28th. She is the last burial here. But she's 16 years old. And
right.
Now, Naomi Leslie Jackson, right here, that we just went over, she died in or after childbirth as her youngest child. Naomi was an infant. Okay, so that's her. Now, Elizabeth Compton-Lesley.
Let me see that stone again. Okay. There's a little bump on the top.
Oh, it looks like this.
It's behind this little thing. The original stone.
She's born to John Compton and Rebecca Wallace.
Here. Right there.
She had 15 children.
15 children, huh?
10 born on the Blue Stone in Virginia and 5 born here in Lesley Settlement. We'll get to it. So this one right here that we're just looking at, she'd been described as fair with golden hair, characteristics which are still quite prevalent among her present-day descendants, buried in the garden behind their home. So this was behind their home.
Yeah, the house would have been right here.
So the other one buried here is Gilby Leslie. She was 1 year old. Martin Leslie and Robert Leslie and unknown Leslie. So Robert Leslie is the patriot. Where's his Revolutionary? He was in the Revolutionary War.
Right there, behind that one.
The first log cabin was replaced by a larger one across the field where there was more level space. More land was cleared and planted, and a variety of grain and other food for human and animal consumption. They grew cotton and flax and made it into clothes and household items. Sheep were sheared. The hides of sheep, cattle, and other animals were made into shoes and other leather. Robert Leslie, the patriot, lived for 20 years after coming to Kentucky, and during this time he acquired much more land. It's said that he owned all the land from Johns Creek to the mouth of Sycamore in Brushy. And the Leslies were the first family to settle in this part of Johns Creek. And after that, it wasn't long till other settlers came with their families, because you know how that works.
Yeah.
You can't ever be alone.
No.
But he actually died in 1822. It's inscribed, which is pretty neat.
That makes these are some of the oldest graves. We have the oldest grave.
It is, and what's weird is that there's the oldest. If we can find this other grave, it will be the oldest grave that we've done. It's supposed to be on hole 15. Remember?
Right, 14, wasn't it? The little plaque. You can see the original stone. Let me move this very gently. It looks very fragile. And just lean that forward. And there's the original stone. This is Revolutionary Soldier Robert Leslie, 1763 to 1822. Imagine that, placed by the Pikeville chapter of DAR. That's Daughters of the American Revolution, by the way, in case anybody's curious. SAR is Sons of the American Revolution. Wild, isn't it? If not for people like Robert here, we would not have a country. We would still be a British colony today, if not for people like this. Imagine that.
So if we can find him, William Robert Leslie was born in Scotland. He was an early permanent settler here in the... Wait, hold on. He moved to Johns Creek, and his son Robert, who is right there, that we just talked about, joined him shortly after, so he came first. William and Robert are buried in separate plots on the original settlement, so he is somewhere different. He's
somewhere on this settlement, though.
He's on 14th hole, but I have no idea where that is. Or if it's
we can look around.
Walkable, so.
We'll look around. We'll see if we can't see something. I saw something on satellite. All right, we ready to go looking?
All right, so what we're doing is following the holes, basically.
Just past 9.
We've just passed 9, and it's going up from here. So we're looking for 14.
There's another sign.
There's another sign coming up. We're going really slow up. It's kind of hot too and rainy, but at least it's easy terrain so far. So things are never easy, are they?
Usually not.
We're off the golf course, so we're going to turn around, circle back around, see if 14's down towards the beginning, like it looped or whatever. But you can see old homestead stuff up here. Why this kind of stuff's really cool to investigate in the winter.
Yeah.
Versus.
But you can tell there was something here.
Yeah.
This was part of the settlement. There's a good place for it too. You've got water, game, and everything. It's a good place to do something like that. It's a really good place. Okay. Well, we are out for a little walk, apparently. You can't get, vehicles down this way. It's, golf carts or nothing. We didn't bring a golf cart, so nothing it is. I see something way down there that looks like it could be it, but I'm looking for the markers that mark the holes. I've seen several of them, 10 this way and so on. But I haven't seen one that says 14 yet. But Heather and Muffin, they're waiting back there on the other side of the little bridge. Because like I said, you can't bring a car down here. And we didn't bring a golf cart with us. A lot of crows. Hard to believe, isn't it? This was a settlement at one time. All of this, there would have been, who knows, all sorts of little log buildings and people doing stuff and so on and so on. Okay, I think I see something down there. That one says hole number 2. So it don't look good. But we'll try. Somewhere out here on this golf course, there's a grave. Well, I have walked a long ways down through here. I haven't found it yet. Still looking for the 14th hole. See a big turkey down here. They just kind of stand there looking around. But Heather, see back there where that mountain comes down? Right there? That's where they're at, way up there. Come on, 14th hole. Somewhere out here. Why is it always hard to find? But I guess that's the point, I suppose. It's a tom, too. That turkey. He sees me coming. Alright, that's 5. We are nowhere near the 14th hole. And I haven't seen anything higher than 10. Oh, you're fine. May have to go ask. Like I said, I thought I saw a car back at the office. We may need to go ask. Because I think I'm at the end of the course. Nope. Not down here either. Unless maybe the turkey knows where it is. Maybe I should follow him. Not that way, is it? Bye. Okay. It is not down here. Okay, walk all the way back. Well, I'm almost back to the car. That's it right there on the other side of the bridge. I did not see a hole 14 anywhere. I'm wondering, some of the golf course might be on that side of that little bridge or something, because it ain't down this way. Unless there's some kind of problem with the description, but I don't see how. I mean, this is definitely the homestead, you know, the settlement site, but where is the last grave? I broke a sweat in half. It is hot and humid and miserable today. This stuff is so much easier in the wintertime. But I'm gonna have to look a little bit more. I'm thinking it does, because the golf carts go across the little bridge. So I'm guessing there just about has to be some part of the golf course down that way. We'll find out. Okay, good news. We went to the Emerald Green's office to ask about where the 14th hole is. They gave me a map to the 14th hole and told us that we can use one of their golf carts. We're not allowed to have cars up there, but they knew who we were. And you are allowed to take golf carts. Are you scared?
I think if it's scary, I think if it's scary, you need seatbelts.
It's pretty cool, isn't it? Ah. Left turn. Not really used to golf carts. said it has, the golf cart has GPS that'll take you right to it.
That's cool.
Yeah. She said, do not go off the course. She said, if you stray off the course even a little bit, that the golf cart will immediately shut down.
Neat.
Ain't it? You want to take up golf now? So you know how to run in a golf cart?
No, but I want a golf cart. What is the name of this golf course? Slow down a little bit.
Emerald Greens.
Emerald Greens in Gulnare, Kentucky. I'll put the information on the screen. You guys should come out and check this out. I mean, look, it's Sunday, and you could have this whole golf course to yourself. Yeah, it sounds kind of like a dream if you're a golfer.
She was telling me about another old cemetery up on top of the hill. She said was one of the oldest around. She said, but you can't get to it this time of year. Said the path is extremely overgrown, and said we've seen a bunch of copperheads and rattlesnakes. What is it, Muffin?
Goodness.
Surely not.
What's happening? What is happening? Turned into a horror game. There's 14.
That was 14. We had to cross the hill.
Careful, this is sliding. I can feel it.
It's an adventure.
This is where it's at.
Probably right back out that way. Aha! I see something. I see it.
Picture of it while you're there.
All right, if I see it.
You better see it.
Yeah, after all this, hopefully, huh? I see some old stairs right there. Old stairs. What's this? Trying to rain just a little bit. No. Huh. Let's just kind of look along the hillside. Seeing as how we are right here. It's supposed to be near the 14th. Not yet. Don't see anything. Of course, I can't imagine an old historic grave being out in the weeds like that. But, well, we found a little graveyard. Hurt family. Garland Hurt, 1868, 1964, and Laura, 1869 to 1941. No. No. Not the one. To 1980. That's a nice long life. Thomas Lee May, son of Martha Lee and Martin Lee and Douglas Thompson May. His ashes are scattered near his beloved Aunt Josephine. The 16th hole, and we're on the 17th now. Found a few other graves, but not that particular one.
It could be grown over or whatever, but
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Because it's kind of weedy just a little bit, in case you hadn't noticed.
that's alright. We got a lot of stuff.
Trying to look around that old barn, see if I see anything near the barn. But we'll go look at the barn real quick, since we're right here. do not see nothing. Okay, well guys, we made it back to the golf course in the little golf cart. Put it right back where we found it at. But we found the original settlement. We found a lot of the stuff that we came here to find, but that one last little grave kind of eluded us, the one on 14. I'm thinking there was something about the holes changing, 5 and 14, so I'm kind of wondering if that might have something to do with it. And one of the ladies that works here in, Bogey's Grill, here at the golf course, little restaurant, she said there was an old one right over here. So I may have to come back. She said you can't get to it this time of year. It's really bad and really snaky too. But anyway, that's how it goes sometimes, you know. You do your best, you come out, you tell the story, and you do the best you can do. That's all that anyone can do, right? But anyway, guys, hope y'all enjoyed the day and out roaming around with us in the rain and in the golf cart and all this good stuff. But it looks like I see some heavy rain a-coming, so I guess I better get out of here, guys. We'll see y'all next time on the next episode and the next adventure. Until then, this is Leo with the Hillbilly Files. Hillbillies out. See y'all next time.